What is going on, clan? It is finally here. After a full year, I figured what better way to celebrate the success of my Witcher 3 all-in-one guide than doing the DLC. Now, they will be in two separate videos, but I've done all of the missables and everything you need to know to get all of the trophies. This will be focused solely on the trophies, so I've condensed it down as short as possible. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for all the support on that video. It did take me a long time to make. But that being said, I absolutely enjoyed every minute of it, and I appreciate all your love and support, all the great comments. They don't go unnoticed. I try to react to every single one and make time for you guys. So thank you again. And before we kick it right off, if you're new around here...
What's your name?
Like button.
Well,
Like button.
I don't like you. In fact, I feel like slapping you.
Alright guys, we are ready to start. So if you don't have your previous save file, you can do this on New Game. However, if you don't have the Killed It trophy for winning a Gwent round with 187 points, it will make this very hard because you lose all your Gwent cards. If you do have that trophy already from playing the main story, you can do it from this way as well. Make sure you choose just for the story option, so that way it's a nice and easy difficulty. Now I'll have the skill tree on the screen at the moment, so you can copy that as well.
I promise.
Alright, so as you progress through the story, you're going to end up in a sewer. And you'll eventually come to our first trophy, which is the Toad Prince. This isn't missable, it's just so you kind of have an idea where we're at. You just kill him and you get the trophy. Fire does a fair bit of damage to him, so use Igni. And if you have it talented as well, you can use the Igni where you hold it, and it's like a flamethrower, and that works effective as well. And once you kill him, that's going to be a trophy. Our first trophy of the DLC. I don't know why that's the name of the trophy, because I would be all up on that. Alright, after that you'll spawn in this area here as you progress through some cutscenes. And you can choose to just run away from the warriors, so definitely just run away from the warriors. And eventually just keep following the main story and you'll come here. I thought this was worth putting in here because maybe you didn't know how to get to the incense, but you just do it through your equip wheel and then equip it and walk through the yellow markers. Now we're going on our first missable trophy. You'll be on this quest here called Dead Man's Party, and we're attending a wedding. Now, given that this trophy is missable, what I advise you to do is immediately go ahead and create a separate save right here before we start doing anything. After you've backed up your save like that on another save, then go to the Newlyweds and skip through the dialogue or listen to it if you haven't played it before. The DLC is pretty great, and Witcher 3 in general is just awesome. So we're going to do this in a certain order. It doesn't really matter what order you do it in. However, I'd just like to make it easy and you can just follow along. So essentially the trophy is to participate in all the wedding activities in order to get the trophy. So what we'll do is we'll start off here and go inside the barn. Now once you make it into the circle, Geralt will start to dance, and that's going to give that a completion, so you can just go ahead and walk over to the next circle, which is just over here, and there's a drink on the edge of the table. You just have to interact with it and Geralt will take a shot. Alright, after that we'll make our way through the barn. And we're going to skip that circle for now. And we'll go left. So make sure you just hang left and go outside. And our next circle is up here with this woman, and you just need to speak with her. Basically you're just hitting on her, and I mean, honestly, who wouldn't want some of that Geralt? Then you can come over to this table, grab another drink, and take another shot. So that's two more activities right there. After that, we'll go to this one across from the center. Now, this idiot here thinks that we will lose in a game of Gwent. So, let's show him that we're the fucking Gwent champion. I mean, if you've done the main story, you've got Gwent on lockdown. So I've got the cards there. I'll put them on screen as well that I use. Northern Realm Master Race, obviously, and I'll go ahead and put, again, on the screen the ones that I use and I recommend, and the spy cards are absolutely amazing. As you can see, I got 215 points, So if you do have the save from before with all the Gwent cards that you unlocked, you can easily get that Killed It trophy for 187 points off of that Gwent match as well. After that, we will make our way from the center, as you can see there, and we'll go towards this lake. Now once you're there, that's going to trigger a cutscene, and then you're going to have to pull out her shoe from the lake.
Mate. Oh,
they're trying.
So from here, just jump over to the left in the corner and then dive down. And it'll be that flashing red icon there if you're using your Witcher sense. It's just a little dodgy to grab, but once you can loot it, just pick up the shoe, swim back to the dock or the deck there, and then get up and you will have a cutscene.
Damn.
Muck.
Right. Oh.
My.
Alright, so after you grab her shoe, there will be another cutscene that you have to go through. And after that, we can continue with our activities. So if you click R3, it's going to switch your objective back to the take part in the wedding activities, so you can see the markers on your map. The next one we want to go do is up against this tree. And again, we're just going to speak with the woman, and that'll complete the activity. And then we'll come over to the pig pen and speak with the two guys there. Now for this one, you just have to get the pigs inside the pen, and you pretty much just walk into them. I'm pretty sure it's scripted. I did it a few times, and when you're walking behind them, they'll eventually just go in the pen. After that, you'll have a few cutscenes, and then you'll have to fight some of these peasants. And they're very easy. You can probably just spam square or quickly press L2 and parry them. You'll then have another cutscene to go through. Alright, so our next activity will be after this cutscene. After you finish the cutscene, we're going to head to the marker in the center of the town. They're basically going to send you on a mission to find the fire juggler. And he's just outside of town, not too far away, and he's stuck up in a tree. Alright, so after that cutscene, we can actually go locate and find the fire swallower. So you can use your Witcher sense to find the tracks and make your way towards him. Now, they've done an escort quest better than any game I've seen, because we don't even have to escort this guy. I mean, he literally just dies. It's amazing. Like, every escort should die. After that little cutscene with him, you can actually just start running down the hill. That's going to trigger a panther attack, and you'll see that he died. It's just a nice quick way to do it, and I just called that a panther. That's a fucking boar. So yeah, just kill the boar, and then make your way back into the town and inform them of his fate. Alright, so once you make it back to town, it's going to trigger a cutscene, and there's a dialogue option here that we do want to select. So I'm just going to skip through the text, and this will pop up here, and you want to choose the third option, perhaps I can be of service. That way you're going to become basically the form of entertainment for the wedding, and that's going to count as yet another activity towards the trophy. Alright, so we'll head over to this table after that, and you will hit use, and it's going to pick up the balls to juggle. And yeah, there you go, there's another activity. Once that's been done, we can actually head to the marker, which is back in the barn. And there's a ladder outside of the barn that we want to climb up.
Look there, Shani. The ladder begs us to
And once inside, there is a cushion on the floor in the corner that you can interact with to sit down. And you'll have a bit of dialogue with Shani as well, so yeah, enjoy. After that, we'll make our way back down the ladder. Fast way, of course. And then we'll head inside, and now we'll finally go to this marker at the back of the barn. After quite a bit of cutscenes there, if you've done all the activities like I instructed without missing any steps, you'll get the trophy, Let the Good Times Roll. If for some reason you didn't get that trophy, load your backup save that you made at the start, assuming you listen to me, and then try again. After that, you'll have this steamy scene with Shawnee, which if you need to go rub one out, please be my guest. Later on, we'll be on the main quest called Open Sesame. You'll be inside an auction house, and we have yet another missable trophy. This trophy is very easy to get. Basically, we just want to win all of the auctions. So whenever there's an option up on screen to place a bid, then you just want to select place bid until you win that item. After the auction is over and you win all the items, you're going to pop the trophy.
The white 200.
So this is another missable. For some reason, if you do miss it, you can load your save from the wedding as well, or make a backup save after the wedding to save yourself a bit more time. And there you go, you're going to get the Shopaholic trophy for bidding on all of them and winning. And again, none of the dialogue after that matters, but we will come up on our next missable trophy. You'll come to a quest called Scenes from a Marriage, and you'll see that area over there with a fountain. It's kind of like a beautiful art world. And this one right here over here is actually our missable part of this trophy. So there's 8 things that you have to basically bring to life, 8 scenes. And this one here is actually missable because the marker even tells you to go the other way. So right at the start, you just want to come over here to the little pagoda and then just give him the book and put the painter's palette on that table. After that, you can just do the quest as normal. I thought I'd show you at least so you can know the answers and you don't have to waste your time figuring it out. But if you would like to figure it out, you can just skip this part. This one, you only actually need the glass, and you can just give the glass to him, or to her rather.
Perfect match.
And that will trigger the cutscene.
Your health.
I recommend making a save at the start as well in case you missed the missable, so you can reload your checkpoint if needed. Now you'll eventually come inside the house and there'll be a painting on the wall, and basically to proceed all you need to do is replicate that painting, and in order to do that you want these 2 lights to be turned on, or those 2 candlesticks to be lit, and then the fireplace to be lit as well. That's going to replicate the photo on the wall, and that's going to proceed with the cutscene. After that, you'll come to this bedroom, and you'll find a bloody towel on the floor, and towards the vanity you can examine. Alright, and then you can actually interact with the spot to the right of him, but before you do that, head over here, interact with the book, or the nightgown, sorry, and then go back and then pop the bloody towel on the interact. That's going to trigger another cutscene, and then shortly after you can go into this studio.
Blurred memory.
And basically you just have to copy the portrait that she's painting. And I'll give you the answers, like I said, just to make it easier. But if you need to, you can just examine it, and that's basically what you have to recreate. So you interact with the table, and you want to choose a place for the apple and put it on the right. And then you want a place for the grapes, and you're going to place those on the left. And then a goblet will go in the middle.
Maybe I missed.
So apple right, grapes left, and goblet in the middle. After that, you'll come to this room with a pentagram in the middle of the room. Go ahead and start looting all of the red highlighted objects within the room.
Manor was depressingly gloomy in the winter. Pentagrams here to bind summoned beings.
Examine with the pentagram itself as well.
Chalk to fix them.
Alright guys, you'll get some dialogue options within a cutscene, and we need to rearrange the candles. So you want to place them on the circle surrounding the pentagram, which is the option 3, and then this will happen to the room. Now in order to escape before your breath bar goes down, you need to just go examine the painting, and then you'll go into the painting itself. Once you're in the painting world, you can head over here to the cellar. This will bring us to the next part of the quest, and we have a few more items to grab to proceed with the scene. So again, you can make them highlight red with your Witcher sense, and just start looting the items around the room.
But there was vodka in it.
And there is a knife on the table to loot as well.
A knife covered in blood. Guess
After you get the knife, if you go over this way behind the pillar, there's another red object on the ground. And that's going to be a marriage contract. Once you have that, head over to the two gentlemen here, interact with the one standing, and you want to give him the marriage contract. And then after that, head over to him sitting down and give him the mug. That's going to trigger yet another cutscene, and you can proceed with the main quest. Alright, so this is our final room. This is where you'll get the trophy, assuming you got the memory restored in the first area when you were at the start of the quest.
We'll take our places.
So you want to come over here and loot up the food tray, and then loot the large bowl on the floor. And then there should be one more item which is highlighted next to that a bit, and that's the small bowl.
For soup, maybe.
After that, you'll see these spots on the floor. You can interact with them, and then the item you want to use here is the small bowl. If it tells you it's wrong, you might be on the wrong side, and you just need to switch it because it's the dog and the cat's bowl essentially. Okay, so put the dog and the cat bowl on the floor, which is the large and the small, and then behind him is the caretaker, and he actually has the food tray. So give him the food tray, and again, if you did this all correctly and followed me, then that's going to be Curator of Nightmares trophy, another missable. If you didn't get it, just reload your save, and I also recommend saving your game right here. We're going to get yet another missable trophy right after this, so it's good to save your game, and then once you come in this room with the fireplace, examine that on the table, and you'll be in a boss fight. Now the trophy can be a bit tricky, but you want to select the Rad sign and then hit these shadow clones and just keep going around and activating them with the sign. You want to keep pressing circle and X to dodge away if you're getting overwhelmed. They can all go on you at once and just gangbang you, and that's pretty much what happened to me here. So I was going to get my final one to waken, and unfortunately I missed. So I quickly held block because I wasn't going to roll away in time, and I was just blocking all of their attacks before I got gangbanged, and just keep trying to do that and then roll out of the way. If you don't get caught like I did, it's even easier. And then if you can, quickly activate the last one. So you want to make sure all of them are active before you start actually killing the boss. And once you do have them active, you can go to the cleanse sign and constantly keep that shield up, otherwise you will get wrecked. And just keep dodging and slashing, rinse, repeat, and you will get the missable trophy when it's many against one. If you did for some reason not get it, just reload the save you made before entering the room and just try again. Alright, so after that, you will make our way to this Garen estate, because we're going to this cow field. So we've done the main quest, and now we're just doing some miscellaneous stuff. You can pause the video there if you need to. But this is south of the Garen estate. I want you to just start killing all of the cows there, and then meditate if you run out of cows. After you meditate, it's going to respawn a lot of the cows, and then you can go to the back and start killing them again. Now you just want to keep killing the cows until you pop the trophy Moo-rderer. Jesus Christ, that's horrible to say, but yeah, just keep killing the cows, and once you kill 20 of them, you're going to get the trophy. So we're just doing some miscellaneous cleanup, some nice easy ones after we've done the main story. Now another trophy you can get here if you do want to go for it, you can go to the herbalist hut if you don't have this recipe here for Northern Wind Bomb, which freezes your enemy. So if you don't have that, go to the herbalist hut. But basically what you're doing is you're switching to Northern Wind. This is actually from the other DLC, but I thought I'd throw it in, and I'll have it in that other DLC video as well, which will be separate to this one. So you select the Northern Wind, and you have your crossbow equipped as well. You go ahead and throw the bomb at the cow. It's going to freeze him, and then you want to shoot him with the crossbow while he's frozen, and you'll pop the Hasta La Vista trophy. Now again, I have that actually in my other DLC video guide, but I figured may as well throw it here if you happen to have the stuff for it to save you a bit of time. After that, we're going to go to Skellige. Now we're going for another miscellaneous trophy, and I want you to go to the southeast part of the map, the distillery, and you'll see this mountain slope here with snow on it. Carefully start making your way down the mountain a bit. You can take fall damage pretty bad and die. So just inch your way towards the side and slide down, and then just keep running south. Now as you're running south, it's going to get fairly steep. You just want to make sure you're not running too fast to where you fly off and take fall damage. Now once you get close enough, it's going to trigger and you'll start sliding down the mountain. And just keep sliding all the way down, and you are going to get the trophy. Rad Steez, bro. Sean White would be so proud of you, Geralt. That's another miscellaneous trophy. You can reload your checkpoint save from fast traveling here if you don't want to have to walk all the way up the mountain, which I highly recommend. And then you can just fast travel to Novigrad, and we're going to go to the northeast side of the map, which is the upper mill. Once you're at the northeast side, there's this merchant here, and I want you to create a backup save. So you'll see this merchant, create the backup save, and what I want you to do is go ahead and get another miscellaneous trophy. It's for having 7 potions at once. I'll have those listed on screen now for you, and it's called I Can Quit Anytime. And basically you want to go through and use the ones with the lowest toxicity amount, so that way you can keep them all active, because you do need 7 of them active. So I've got a list there for you on the left. If you don't have any of these, just make them in the alchemy tab. The recipes are very easy. If you should honestly have them. And that's it. You'll get the trophy Can Quit Anytime I Want. I butchered the name of that, so my bad. But then you can just reload your save or clear the toxicity with that white honey potion. After that's been done, speak with the merchant and go find horse you've got. Now you're going to challenge him to a horse race, and I didn't show the race just because of the fact that the races in this game, you can do them with your eyes closed. As long as you're in front, they're going to stay behind you. So whenever you need stamina, just gallop instead of, you know, hauling ass or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so once you beat him, we're going to get our first item that we need, and it is the Ofieri stock saddle. So that's one of the first items that we need. After that, you can say wouldn't mind looking at your wares, and you can go into his buy tab, which you should have plenty of money as well for, and you can buy the Ofieri tunic, the decorated saber, and for now that's all we're going to actually buy, because then we're going to fast travel, and we want to kind of go back sort of south of the Von Everett estate to this question mark here. So it's directly south of that, and we're going to a bandit camp, and that's going to give us some diagrams that we need. So you can fast travel there and then head south, whatever's easier for you. And then upon clearing the bandit camp, there's going to be a treasure chest that's kind of sparkling, and once you loot that, it's going to give you a diagram. Now go ahead and press R3 to read the diagram, and then from here I'll show you where we're going next. So open up the quest log and go to treasure hunt, and then you can track the From Ofieri's Distant Shores. Alright, so you'll see this yellow circle here for that quest. It's just southeast on the map, and you just want to head there, follow all of the tracking and things like that, and you'll find this little cellar. And you'll have a little bit of a cutscene, go down in the cellar, and there is some enemies in there as well. You can use Axii to get rid of any of the guys with shields in the DLC, because the shield guys could be kind of annoying to hit. But if you have Axii, it's going to stagger them, and you can get some hits on them. After you clear them out in this little cellar here, go to the chest, the sparkling like before, and you'll find another diagram. So press R3 to read it, and that's going to progress your quest even more. So we have 2 out of 4 of the diagrams that we need, as you can see on my right, and we have to search more of the bandit camps. Now the next bandit camp it takes you to is this one here, and I'll show you on the map. It's above the Zuetzer Castle, so just directly north and south of the upper mill. And once you've cleared out all the enemies, there's a fair bit in this camp, but you'll go into this tent and there'll be the chest like before, and you're going to loot the gauntlets diagram. So go ahead and read that. And then we'll go to our next fast travel, which is to this bandit camp. It's the last one on the quest as well, so you can just follow the yellow dots. And it's all the way to the north. It's northwest of the upper mill, fair bit up. Same with the Garen estate, it's directly northwest. And inside the house, after you clear out the enemies, try not to burn yourself, you can loot the treasure chest and get the trousers diagram. Go ahead and read that as well. And then what we'll do next is we'll make our way back to the merchant at the upper mill. Go ahead and save your game again, because this trophy can be pretty glitchy, and I'd rather you constantly make multiple saves instead of, you know, having to go through this again, to be honest. So just please constantly back up your save during this until you get that trophy. Tell them that you found the diagrams.
Alright.
And then you need to wait 1 day for the merchant to translate them. So you can press L1 and then square to meditate, and we want to do it for a full day. Once that's been done, you can go ahead and speak with him again and tell him that you're here to pick up those diagrams.
Thanks.
And next, we need to go to a Master Armorer. Now, the Master Armorer I went to is at the Crow's Perch. If for some reason you don't have them unlocked as a Master Armorer, just do the Master Armorer's quest that they give you. It's very easy, and then you can actually craft the armor. They need to be a Master Armorer before they can actually craft this. Now, as you can see, I don't have the level to wear them, but that doesn't matter. The trophy just needs to have them in the inventory. So what you want to do is obviously craft the boots, and then you can craft the gauntlets. As you can see, right here it's saying I don't have enough materials, so if you go into the shop and then back into crafting, it's going to show what the shop actually sells, and then you can press triangle to buy those materials to create that as well, so you don't have to go farming for it or anything like that. You can just open up the shop, go over to the ingredient and press triangle to buy those ingredients in case you don't have any, just like I'm showing you here. And then go ahead and make the pants as well, or the trousers, and then that only leaves the chest piece. So once you've done the boots, the gauntlets, the chest, and the trousers, we want to go back to the Crow's Perch fast travel. We're going to make our way back to the upper mill, so back to that merchant. And again, you can make multiple backup saves to make sure that this works for you.
What?
And then in here in his actual shop, you'll find the blinders for the horse, and you'll find the saddlebags. Buy both of those and you should get the I wore Ofieri before it was cool. So a nice one to get smashed out. It can be a bit annoying, but go ahead and knock it out and you'll be done with it. After that, I want you to go all the way southwest to this abandoned camp. It's west of Frischloh, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it's just this abandoned site. Now you do need to have a skill for arrow deflection, because we need to kill 3 enemies by sending their arrows back to them. So what I recommend once you're here is take out all the guys with melee weapons, like this idiot rushing me. And once you have just the archers basically left, you just want to press L2 at the last possible moment to deflect it right back at them. It'll take a little bit to get the timing right. If you mess up or anything, you can leave the area and meditate and the enemies will come back. Over here you can find the last archer just to the right of everyone else, and again at the last minute press L2 and you'll get the return to sender trophy. So make sure you have that arrow deflection skill, otherwise you will just sit there and block the arrows and not actually deflect them. The timing's not too bad and you'll get used to it once you use it more. Alright, so directly northeast from the herbalist hut is a bandit camp. You want to go ahead and take out the bandits so you can loot some more treasure chests. This trophy is also really glitchy, unfortunately. You can get the trophy within like the first 20 minutes of starting the expansion, which is a good thing if it glitches, but I recommend just doing the backup saves. So the next one is Zuetzer Castle, and it's southeast of there. And you can see it's this kind of watery area. Go ahead and take out all the guards and then loot the treasure chest and grab more of the diagrams. Again, multiple backup saves. This one is very glitchy, but you guys should hopefully get it if you follow the guide. Alright, our next bandit camp. What you want to do is come all the way up north. So as you can see, I'm very north, kind of out in the middle of nowhere against that river or that creek there. And that's kind of a good reference point so you can see where I was at, and you can pause the video if needed as well. Alright, another bandit camp down. So the next one we need to go to is directly west of it. If you go all the way west, you will find a question mark with a path ending right there. kill the enemies in the area. All of them again are very easy, and then up on top of this platform is actually the treasure chest. Alright guys, we're right at the end. We only have one more camp to clear out. Thank you so much for making it this far with me. Now this camp here to the west you should have already cleared if you were following the guide, and then you want to go all the way to the west here where you can see these walls around another few question marks, and to the northwest of that is our final camp. Go ahead and kill him and then loot the chest, and the trophy should pop. If it doesn't, reload your save, try a few times. If it's still glitched, you can start the expansion only and then just quickly speedrun this trophy. Now that is all of the Hearts of Stone trophies for the DLC, and if you thought we were going to stop there, well, you are fucking wrong. I will see you in the Blood and Wine DLC in a separate video. Now if you are one of my real ones, why don't you leave a comment below that says, Witcher 3 100%, here I come. Thank you all so much for watching. I'd like to just take a moment for my Platinum tier subscribers. If you want to support the channel, subscribe today and become a tier member. Now thank you Richard Watts and Samurai's Way. I will catch you guys in the next one.